In a nutshell, the poem deals with the adventures of two knights named Tariel and Daftandil. The story can be divided into two parts. The first part is Daftandil's quest for Tariel that called the knight in the panther skin, and the second part is Daftandil's quest for Nestan Darejan, Tariel's love. The poem is actually named after Tariel. He is the protagonist of the poem, and he is the man who puts on the tiger's skin. So, as I have already said, the story can be divided into two parts. The first part is Daftandil's quest for Tariel, the titular knight in the panther skin. And the second part is Daftandil's quest for Nestan Darejan, Tariel's love. So we will begin with the search for Tariel. The king of Arabia, Rostevan, has no sons and confers the kingship on his only daughter, the beautiful and wise Tinatin. She has a tender affection for Daftandil, the knight and commander-in-chief of Rostevan's armies. One day, Daftandil challenges King Rostevan to a hunting competition. After 3 days of shooting game, they encounter a knight crying by a river. He is dressed in a panther skin and kills the slaves sent by the king to contact him, then disappears. Rostevan sends parties across the world to search for the mysterious knight, but becomes disappointed when he fails. Tinatin asks Daftandil to find the strange knight in 3 years, promising him her hand in marriage in return. After 2 years and 9 months of searching, Daftandil finds the knight in the panther skin, hiding in a cave with only a maiden for company. His name is Tariel, son of King Saredan, who has the 7th kingdom of India. He had served as heir to King Parsedan, king of the other 6 kingdoms, for many years before falling in love with Parsedan's daughter, Nestan Darejan. Tariel wages war with the Khatavians to earn the favor of Nestan, but is dismayed to learn that she has already been promised to the Khwarazmian prince. Tariel couldn't bear the idea of her marriage, and at Nestan's request, he killed the suitor. The princess was placed on a boat and set adrift on the seas. Despite Tariel's lengthy search for his love, he couldn't find her. Later, he met Nuradin Pridon, ruler of Mulgazanzar, who told him that Nestan was alive, but trapped on a distant boat. Tariel retired to a cave to live in the wilderness with Asmat, the former servant and messenger of Nestan. Moved by this story, Daftandil promises his friendship and brotherhood to Tariel and agrees to help him find his love, Nestan Darejan. Daftandil returns home to Arabia and tells Tinatin the story of Tariel. Against King Rostevan's wishes, he returns to his new friend Tariel. So we finished with the first part, and we will continue with the second part of the story, Search for Nestan Darejan. Daftandil then leaves Tariel to go to the kingdom of Pridon, where he doesn't hear anything new about Nestan. Continuing his quest, he arrives in the city of Kulansharo. He meets Patman, the wife of the chief Hussein, who falls in love with him. Daftandil, sensing she knows the fate of Nestan, succumbs to Patman's seduction. She tells him she has been keeping Nestan at her place and as Nestan was promised to the king's son, she helped her escape. But in her flight, Nestan was abducted by Kaji, the demon king. Avtandil then returns home to Pridon and to the cave of Tariel, and later all three friends decide to go to the country of Kaji with an army of 300 men to find and deliver Nestan. When she is released, all return to Arabia, where King Rostevan forgives Avtandil his flight and breaking the king's order. They all celebrate the marriage of the latter with the king's only daughter, Tinatin. They then leave for India, where Tariel marries his love Nestan. Pridon also returns to his homeland, and the three friends reign happily with prosperity and generosity in their own respective realms. So that was the second part of the story of the poem, The Night in the Panther'S King. Thank you.